Mrs. Rakshak Securitas Private Limited has been granted 18 marks for their experience 15 years up to 20 years.
Now you are questioning the award of experience
My
mark.
lord, because the certificates that they,
Securities.
my lord,
No, will it depend upon the
period,
amount also?
no, my lord, it will not depend upon the amount, it will only be for the,
20 to 25 crore, 25 to 30.
no, my lord, received this letter today, my lord, on 4/2/2023, they have still not moved in, my lord.
Huh?
They have still not moved in. Our contract is valid till 31st of March 2000. One of the tender will be floated for purposes by the Bihar Power Transmission Company for the purpose of providing armed and unarmed guards for their offices and their power substation.
Providing?
Armed and unarmed armed personals for their offices and the substation. Now, pursuant to that, the last date, my lord, for submission of the tender was 2/11/2022.
11?
2022,
Last date.
last date. If my lords will kindly come to page 113, which is the evaluation sheet that has been prepared by them. They have granted the person who has been declared as L1 marks for which they had not even produced certificate. If my lords will kindly have a look at serial number 2, which is the experience of the ineligible eligible in security service business upon submission of satisfactory performance. Now, Mrs. Rakshak Securities Private Limited has been granted 18 marks for his experience for 15 years up to 20 years.
Where is the name of Rakshak?
Right on top of it. Criteria marks Mrs. Rakshak Securities Private. He has been declared as L1 and has been issued the work order. Now, if my lords will see that he has been granted 18 marks.
Where is the L1?
That my lord will find as page 77, wherein we have been informed to remove our security personnel and that Rakshak has been declared as the L1 my lord. This is Annexure 7. Now, if my lords will look at the experience certificates that have been brought on record by Rakshak, if that is at page 102, my lord.
102?
For anything less than 5 years, my lord.
Where is the marks awarded?
Serial number 2.
Petitioner is, who is that?
Serial number 2, my lord, the Messrs. Intelligence Security of India. They have been granted 10 marks for their experience from 5 years up to 10 years, while security, Mrs. Rakshak Securitas Private Limited has been granted 18 marks for their experience 15 years up to 20 years.
Now you are questioning the award of experience mark.
My lord, because the certificates that they...
Securities.
My lords will kindly have a look at page 102, where they had brought the certificates and those certificates, the start date and the end date. At the bottom, my lord will find Mrs. Rakshak Securitas Private Limited. My lords will find that so far as security services were concerned, the earliest date for this certificate that they had produced was 1/3/18 of Hafid, Haryana. My lords have got it. Right at the bottom, my lords will find at page 102 is the security services. This is Rakshak Security certificates that they have produced.
1/3/2018.
1/3/2018, ma'am. Hafid, ma'am. And the last that they have produced was 31/3/2023, which is NIT Hamirpur, UP. Just below that, my lord, the right side column of it, 31/3/2023. So the last date for submission of the bids were 2/11/22. They had not completed 5 years of provisioning. They did not have the 5 years experience that was required. So they were not supposed to be marked against this column, my lord, for experience. At page 111.
No, how many years of service required? Experience?
Minimum was 5 years to 10 years, man. So this makes it less than 5 years. From 1/3/18 to 2/11/22, which was the last date for.
What about the Delhi Development Authority, ESIC?
My lord, that is 4/12/2020. So the earliest certificate is of 1/3/2018 beginning, my lord.
No, sir. As on 2/11/2022, which are the certificate is required to be?
The maximum period that they have done is less than 5 years. The earliest certificate beginning date was 1/3/18, and the last date, my lord, is 31/3/2023.
No, overall, they don't fulfill 5 years.
5 years, my lord. 5 years they don't have it because 1/3/18 to 31/3/2000, 2/11/22 brings it below 5 years, my lord. So they should not have been marked. So based on this, my lord, they should have been granted 0 marks. They have been granted for an experience of 15 years up to 20 years.
No, where is the award of each year, how many marks? Something like that.
My lord, page 113, my lord.
113.
This is the evaluation sheet. The NIT is at page 47 where they have given out the details. And this is the evaluation sheet where they have given them the marks.
No, will it depend upon the
The period,
amount also?
no, my lord, it will not depend upon the amount. It will only be for the,
20 to 25 crore, 25 to 30.
no, my lord, that it is not dependent upon the quantum. It is only dependent upon the number of years that you have actually given the
Where
service.
do you get this clause in that number of years is required to be taken into consideration for the purpose of awarding marks?
My lord will kindly have a look at page 47. This is part of the NIT. Sorry, page 46, my lord.
What is this? 40?
Page 46 is the evaluation criteria, my lord.
This is with reference to
My lord, it was in 2 parts.
amount also.
My lord, it was in 2 parts. One part was the technical bid, the other part was the financial bid. The entire tender was based on QCBS system in which 0.70 was the weightage that was to be given for the technical part and 0.30 was the weightage that was given to the financial part. So for the purposes of technical bid, my lord, the experience was one, the total number of,
This insofar as
my lord.
this 20 marks is given with reference to
We
the
are not disputing the marks that they have got, my lord.
amount.
My lord, we are not disputing the marks that they have got as against the quantum of the turnover, my lord.
Then which is
The second column, my lord, the experience of the firm in security service business.
10 has been awarded.
My lord, they have been granted 18 when they have not been able to produce even certificate for up to 5 years. That, my lord, will find that at page 113. And for the last, my lord, presence in Bihar, the 113 is to be read along with, my lord, page 102. The earliest date, the certificate that they produced was 1/3/18 and the last date of their was 2/11/22. So that makes it less than 5 years. So they should have been awarded 0 marks. They've been given for the period 15 years to 20 years when they did not even produce that certificate. Now the next part of it, my lord, will find that presence in Bihar for registered corporate office in Bihar, the tenderers were supposed to get 10 and if their office was outside the state of Bihar, they should have.
Document.
Sir,
Which is the next document?
the 6th, my lord, at page 46, presence in Bihar.
Forty-six.
Page 46, my lord.
Huh.
Right at the bottom of it, my lord, presence in
Yes.
Bihar. So for corporate offices in Bihar, one would get 10 marks and for corporate offices outside Bihar, they would get 5. Now the Rakshak Securitas has been granted 10 marks in spite of the fact that at page 123, if my lords will kindly turn to, they are registered in New Delhi. They are registered with the ROC, Haryana and Delhi. And yet they have been granted more marks. They've been granted 10 marks for they being registered in the state of Bihar when they actually are having their corporate office in the territory of Delhi and Haryana. At page 123, my lord, is their certificate of incorporation issued by the ROC Territory of Delhi and Haryana. And something more interesting for my lord's kind consideration, my lords will find that the financial bids have been opened on 25/1 and the work order has been issued on 16/1. If my lords will kindly have a look at page 107, my lords will find the date of opening of the financial bid as 25/1/2022. Price bid opened on 25/1/2023 at 10:23 a.m. And against that, my lord will find at page 77 that we have been informed by them that NOA number 1, if my lords will kindly turn to page 77, which is the Annexure 6, madam.
Page?
Page 77, madam. This is a letter that has been given to us on 18/1 when the price bids were opened on 25/1. Much prior thereto, they have already issued the work order to them. And if my lord, now we have been able to get hold of the work order as well. This is dated 16/1/2023.
What is that event has happened on 25/1/2023?
They said the price bid was opened on because with the opening of the price bid only, they would determine who's the L1 based on QCBS system. They would place the scores that they have obtained in the technical bid as well as the scores that they have obtained in the financial bid. And they will place it on the formula which is there at page 47 of the QCBS, wherein my lord will find that even with 5 marks that they score less, we qualify as the L1. They have been granted as much as 23 additional marks when they were not entitled to that in the technical bid round one. With less than 5 years of experience, they would have got 0 marks as against 18. And as against the corporate office, my lord, they should have been given 5 marks. When they have it in the territory of New Delhi and Haryana, they should have been given 5, but they have been given 10 marks. So between 18 and 5, 23 marks, they come below us, my lord.
To notice the 7th respondent. The concerned official respondents are hereby directed to file their counter affidavit for the next date of hearing. List this matter after 4 weeks.
In the meantime, my lord, would be pleased to stay the work order that has been issued in their favor.
No, if it is on 16th month, by this time if they have committed.
We have received this letter today, my lord, on 4/2/2023. They have still not moved in, my lord.
Huh?
They have still not moved in. Our contract is valid till 31st of March 2020.
The 7th respondent has not commenced the work pursuant to the work order. He shall not be permitted to execute the work till next date of hearing.